the air on over 30 radio stations in Western Pennsylvania. And on the net with over 10 schools and hundreds of live and archived broadcasts at www.msasports.net. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the MSA Sports Network.
Welcome to exclusive coverage of the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Playoffs, only here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. The high school soccer playoffs at MSAsports.net is sponsored by ProGrass, by Carlow University, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Dunkin' Donuts, by Grove City College, by Dollar Bank, by Erie Insurance and the Charles M. Mills Insurance Agency, and by Management Science Associates.
Welcome back to Highmark Stadium as the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Championships, brought to you by ProGrass, are here on the MSA Sports Network. Tonight we round out our 4 championship matches with the boys' Class AA matchup between the number 2 Mars Planets and the number 4 South Fayette Lions. Good evening and welcome to the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Playoffs here on the network alongside Sean Myers. Matt Vandriak with you here for this championship match brought to you by ProGrass. Sean, 2 teams that have been here before. They're no strangers to being in a championship contest. 2 teams who had very successful regular seasons as well. Mars 18-2-0, the champions of Section 2. South Fayette 17-3-0, the champions of Section 5.
Yeah, and for the Lions, the number 4 seed, they were able to get past top-seeded South Park in the semifinals to advance to this championship. That was a 2-1 victory for South Fayette. Prior to that, a pair of 3-0 shutouts against McGuffey in the quarters. Shadyside Academy in the first round. As you mentioned, this is a team that does have a lot of experience in terms of success at this level. They got to the state playoffs each of the past 2 seasons. On the other side for Mars, it's been an impressive run as well. A 2-1 opening round victory against Quaker Valley. That was a tight one, maybe tighter than many expected. Once they got past that, they're able to secure another 1-goal victory against Montour in the quarters. That one by the score of 4-3. And then a very convincing victory over Thomas Jefferson. 3-0 to advance to this championship. So certainly Mars playing their best game in the semifinals. And that, you figure that's momentum in all likelihood will carry over. Also for Mars, the girls team just captured the championship, looking to make it. The boys team as well getting gold.
Mars scored 92 goals in their 20 games. That's 4.6 goals per game on average. They've given up 17 goals against in those matches, an average of 0.85 goals against. Planets posted 9 shutouts, were shut out twice, but those were by AAA teams North Allegheny and Mount Lebanon, and the Planets also played to a scoreless tie with AAA Pine Richland. South Fayette scored 72 goals in their 20 matches, an average of 3.6 goals per contest. They give up 14 goals against, an average of just 0.70 goals against. 10 shutouts posted by the Lions, and they were shut out once also by a AAA foe, Cannon McMillan. These teams did not meet on the regular season. Their only common foe was Quaker Valley. South Fayette, playing in the same section as the Quakers, defeated them 1-0 and 2-0, while Mars was able to, as you mentioned, beat Quaker Valley 2-1 in shootouts in the opening round. The last time these teams met was in the 2013 opening round, and that was a South Fayette victory, 1-0, en route to South Fayette making it here to Highmark Stadium, where they fell in the WPIAL championship game.
Yeah, as we're getting the introduction of the starters now, and one thing you always want to turn to once you get into the postseason, especially at this championship level, are the goalkeepers. They are always under the microscope. We've seen 3 very competitive matches already here today between both the girls and boys, the first 2 going to overtime. Most recently, Mars, the girls' side, coming out with a single-goal victory. So you expect a tight affair here, and that makes every save by those goalies all the more critical, and it's obviously going to be important for these teams to get off to a good start as well to establish momentum.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back with your opening kick. South Fayette and Mars, the Class AA Boys Championship coming up, and you're listening to the WPIAL Soccer Championships brought to you by ProGrass here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, First in Turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, First in Turf.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Back here at Highmark Stadium. White Stripes bringing you back. Got Shaw Myers tapping his toes. Mars, South Fayette, ready to kick this one off. Boys Class AA matchup. And Sean, you talked about the pedigree of these teams. Mars, a few years back, was the top team to beat as far as the AA level went. They won the AA championship in 2009, 2008, and the PIAA title game they played in 2007. They also lost in the WPIL championship back in 2012 and the Whitfield championship in 2010. For South Fayette, they've been to the championship game twice, losing here in 2013 to West Allegheny and then falling in 2002 as well.
Yeah, you typically see these strong soccer programs year in and year out at least make a run deep in the playoffs, if not get to this opportunity at the championship level, and that's the case for these two teams, especially for the Fighting Planets, as we saw on both sides, the boys and the girls. This should be a good one. And it's a great atmosphere here as well. I mean, a lot of times soccer's maybe a little underappreciated, where you get this spotlight here at this great facility with a great turnout for fans on both sides.
Absolutely. We get here at the Planets set up, moving right to left. They'll start with the ball. They're decked out in the dark blue jerseys with the gold trim and white shorts. Left to right, the South Fayette Lions will move decked out in the white jerseys, white shorts with the green trim. And Mars brings the ball starting left to right. Pass here comes to the near side of the Planets. Nick Simony can move the ball ahead. Simony trying to make that pass to Corey Ferguson. Ferguson looking to drop it back to Cole Ferguson. And it's going to be played back to midfield. An opportunity here for South Fayette to get it out. Jordan Smith sends it across the pitch. Battle for it there. As Zach Ollie going after it. Down the right side. Ball cut off by the Planets and fed back out to midfield where it's handled by Christian Deedy. Deedy down the right side, moving it down. Look at a little bit of bumping here. Is trying to get around a man is Jordan Smith. Smith trying to dribble down the near sideline. He comes over the line here. Ball out of bounds off of the Planets' Andrew Damanjani. And it'll be a throw-in for the Lions coming up on the near side of the pitch here. About 30 yards out here to the left of the Mars goal. And goaltender Dale Glavin. We'll get you your starting lineups here in just a minute. Christian Deedy controlling it here for South Fayette. Nice footwork to get around a man. Deedy down the right side. Drives near the end line now. Deedy tries to play it in. It goes off the backside of the Planets' Matt McMahon. And it'll be a South Fayette corner kick coming up here.
Yeah, good opportunity already for the Lions with the corner kick coming just more than a minute into this contest. We'll see if they're able to creating offense out of this.
Corner coming here from the near side of the pitch. Ball bent towards the box and blocked down. Well defended there by the Planets. Nice job to get in front of it by Lucas Mowry. And unable to get it out, though, as sticking with it here are the Lions. Ball going to drop back, slowing it down towards the top of the zone and trying somewhere to go with it there is Christian Deedy. Deedy going to try to move this one across the pitch. Zach Ollie after it, pushing it over there. Matt Sillo has it. Sillo trying to go through two Mars defenders, and he's marked well in the play by Corey Ferguson. Over the far sideline it goes. The throw will belong to the Planets.
Yeah, but it was sustained pressure for South Fayette prior to that, although you mentioned Sillo trying to go 1-on-2, ultimately wasn't able to get through, and that allows Mars to finally get possession back.
And here come the Planets back the other way to the left side. Ball knocked away by South Fayette. Good cutoff there by the Lions. Christian Deedy, who sends it back through midfield. Ball headed around, then knocked forward there by the Planets. Corey Ferguson sending it back into the South Fayette zone. The defense there by Mitch Ford as he sends it back into the Mars zone. Ball bounced around and found there by the Lions as Smith moves it to the left wing side. With the rush, here comes Primo Paraschetti. Paraschetti stripped of the ball, and a good play by Justin Samakis. And Samakis and the Planets send it back towards midfield. Diefenbacher with it there. Diefenbacher, the leading scorer on this Mars team. 17 goals coming into this one, 15 tallies on the regular season, and 2 in the playoffs. Down the left side, South Fayette. Going to play this one all the way over the end line. That pass was intended for Nick All, but it's going to go too far. And the goal kick for this will belong to the Planets.
The officials in this one, it'll be Mike Harmon, George Williams, and Lou Talib. Those will be the 3 officials.
And we'll get the starting lineups out here for the Planets. Underneath of head coach Chris Knopf. In goal, it's senior Dale Glavin. On defense, junior Lucas Mowry. Midfield, senior Andrew Dominjani. At forward, senior Cole Ferguson. At midfield, junior Spencer Nath. Midfield, sophomore Corey Ferguson. Forward, senior Andrew Diefenbacher. Senior defender Justin Samakis. Senior forward Matt McMahon. And senior defender Nick Simony, rounding out the starting 11 for the Planets.
Corner kick for South Fayette.
South Fayette getting their second corner kick now this half. And again, it'll come here from the near side of the pitch. As heading over to take this one, it's going to be Mitch Ford.
The first time it was well defended by the Fighting Planets. Instead, South Fayette changes the game plan, a shorter kick.
Just pass it in. Zach Lutz has it. Puts it in front, trying for the diving header there. Was Nick All, but he just misses to the right side. So our first scoring chance of the game goes to the Lions.
And that backdoor attempt was open just to pass a bit out of the reach of All there as he dived to try to get his head on it, just could not catch up to it.
Ball sent back through midfield here now by the Planets, that is. 2 corner kicks so far in the set for South Fayette. Mars had a hard time getting the ball back across midfield. Great setting here at Highmark Stadium. Great view of the city across the river here from Station Square. Nice field, nice surface, nice setup, home of your Pittsburgh Riverhounds here. And a good place for the WPIL Championship games as well. There comes a chance now for the Planets. Ferguson down the left side, and a nice steal on the defense there as Corey Ferguson tried to bring that one down and could not do it, but it's kept in on a good play by Matt McMahon. Coming back here to the South Fayette zone. Lutz has it. Lutz going to send it out there to Smith. Smith tries to drop it back, and it's stolen by Cole Ferguson. Cole Ferguson now trying to find room, moving the ball ahead. There's a chance for Simony. Simony drops it back, and it's cleared away there on a good defensive play by Zach Lutz again. It's twice on that series, Sean, where Zach Lutz was able to cut the ball off.
Yeah, it was good penetration by the Fighting Planets, but ultimately, as you mentioned, once they got into the teeth of that defense, South Fayette able to come up and kick the ball out of danger momentarily at least.
Diefenbacher on the far side of the pitch plays it off a South Fayette defender, and Mars will get their first corner kick of the half.
A good response by the Fighting Planets over the last minute or so after South Fayette had offensive possession time in its favor.
Dominjani will take this corner kick from the far side of the pitch to the left of the South Fayette goal, and senior keeper Corey Supan. Ball played into the box. Header there, knocked down. Well defended by South Fayette. Is trying to push it back to the net was Diefenbacher, but it was defended well on the play by a couple of Lions. Zach Alley in there to break it up. Chance there for the Planets, but for naught. And it's through midfield into the far sideline. It goes off of Mars. Throwing it in from the scoreboard just on the South Fayette side of the midfield area will be the Lions with the ball. And they throw in here with 34 minutes left in the scoreless opening half. Planets boys hoping to do what the girls had done here in the previous game as they won the championship over South Park in the girls bracket. Mars trying to set the offense here. Cole Ferguson sends it here up the left side. Matt McMahon has it. McMahon trying that lead pass. Ball headed down on a good play by Christian Dede. It comes back through midfield. Sliding effort there is going to be Dominjani. Dominjani gets it back to Simony. Simony for the Planets moves the ball ahead. Chipped up in the air. Bouncing ball headed. And then cleared on a good play by Zach Alley. All the way back into the Mars zone it comes. Bouncing ball stopped there as Matt McMahon brings it back across. McMahon trying that left-footed lead. Another good play made by Dede, who's been active with the header. That's 3 times we've seen Dede use a header to break up a Mars attack. 2 on that effort there, and then 1 off the corner kick. Up the right side now come the Planets. Spencer Nath drops it back to the circle. Mars controls, slowing it down. Trying to find some room over there. It's Caleb Brake. Brake has it stolen away. Jordan Smith up the left side and back into the Planet zone. Trying to get that outlet pass here up the near side. South Fayette looking for Nick All, but unable to get it through to him.
The poor clearing attempt here by the Fighting Planets is going to allow South Fayette to maintain possession.
Keeping it here is going to be Lutz. Down the right side, Lutz loses control of it, and it comes over the near sideline. Throw in, though, will stay with the Lions. This throw will come about 20 yards out here on the near side, just throwing it directly in. Dede has it, going to go back to All. Now Lutz comes in. Lutz puts it in front. Redirect try there, no good. Loose ball in front, shot on, and a missed opportunity there as well. On that turning shot, it's Jeremy Zura who had that turning opportunity, and I didn't see who it was. I think that it was, trying to see when he turns around who it was.
That was Jordan Smith that had the second opportunity.
The first opportunity was the one that Zura missed on that slide attempt. Sorry, it was 3 all that missed on that slide attempt. So 2 golden chances, but nothing to show for it for the Planets there. All of that developing off a good throw and an offense set up from there. Ball through midfield. South Fayette has had the better of the play here so far, but a good steal along the near sideline. Damiani taking that one away from Christian Dede. Through midfield, giveaway. And here comes Paraschetti up the left side. Primo Paraschetti trying a lead pass, looking down the right side for All, and well read and defended on the play by Matt McMahon. Going to go over the end line, and our third corner kick of this opening half coming up here for South Fayette.
Yeah, the Lions haven't been able to take advantage the first time. The shot attempt never got through. The second time they decided to go with a very short pass to try to set up something from that corner.
Here comes the corner, going to go all the way across. Header redirect try, no good. Follow-up try, and a blast there. Misses as well.
Goal kick for Mars.
So a couple of chances again for South Fayette, but unable to put that one on the net. I think that was Dede that time who found that loose ball and blasted it back to the net. And that's 3 shots that South Fayette's had from in tight in the box, but have been unable to get it on the net. Steal again, another long shot up and over the net. Goal kick coming up here for the Planets, which gives us a chance to give you the starting lineup for the South Fayette Lions and head coach Rob Eldridge. In goal, senior Corey Supan. At midfield, senior Primo Paraschetti. On defense, senior Zach Ollie. At forward, senior Nick All. On defense, senior Mitch Ford. Also on defense, senior Christian Dede. Defense number 9, Jeremy Zura. Forward number 11, Matt Sillo. Also at forward is senior Jordan Smith. Midfield is freshman Colin Martinsik. And the midfield senior Zach Lutz, the starting 11 for the Lions. South Fayette with the throw in here from the near side. Trying to just drop that one in is Lutz. Ball chipped towards the Mars goal box, and the Planets take control of it there and play it back to the midfield area. Ball headed down, but South Fayette continues to maintain possession. Dede drops it back. Mitch Ford will send it back to him. Down the right side, ball going to be played to the far side. Header try there for Paraschetti, up and over him. And Lucas Mowry for the Planets will send it back towards midfield where it goes over the far sideline. And the throw-in belongs to South Fayette, just to the right of the midfield area in the South Fayette zone. I'm sorry, the Mars zone.
The Fighting Planets are having a hard time right now maintaining or gaining possession at this point. South Fayette, even though the Lions are working back in their own zone now to try to create something, have had the ball for the past 2 or so minutes.
Here comes Matt Sillo. Sillo trying to put that one right in front. Defended well. Sillo going to chase it down. Trying to follow up his rebound. Sillo turns. Trying to get through the defense. Sillo to the net. Shot on. And the save made by Dale Glavin. As Sillo battling there with Damiani. Sillo able to get around him and get that shot, but a good stop made by Dale Glavin. Our first shot on goal of the game.
And it was from a point-blank opportunity, even though Sillo had to work against some defense there. Glavin had to be sharp, and he had to be sound positionally before that shot was even released.
Throw in here from in front of the South Fayette bench. Going to go all the way across the field. The throw in taken by Dede, who moves it to the far left side. And that's where the ball's moved ahead by Ford. Down the left side, lead pass going to go in to the Mars zone. But South Fayette rejected as they get towards the goal box. Going to try a long kick to bring it in here. Ball chipped around there, all trying to find it. Can't do that as Mars brings it back out. And here comes Damiani. Damiani trying that long lead pass, looking to try to give a runner attempt there for Diefenbacher. Going to go all the way over the end line, and the goal kick belongs to the Lions. Talked about these teams, how they got here. Mars defeating Thomas Jefferson 3-0 in the semifinals. Matt McMahon, Nick Simony, and Andrew Diefenbacher all scoring for the Planets in that game. And then the previous round, that 4-3 overtime win in the quarterfinals against Montour, that was a game where Mars was down 3-0. before they came back to win. A chance for South Fayette back the other way, and aggressively coming out to cut it off is the goaltender Glavin, as all was bearing down on him, but stride for stride with him was Mars' Matt McMahon.
Good decision there by Glavin. Those goalies had to be decisive, either to retreat back or to come out immediately and try to scoop up that ball. He decided to come out and was able to get to it first.
Comes Lutz now with the run down the right side. Lutz against McMahon. Lutz tries to drive around him. Ball goes over the end line. And this one will go to the Planets, so the goal kick belongs to Mars. But the Planets have had a couple of near misses here, Sean. You touched on that first game, that 2-1 victory in the shootout against 15th seed Quaker Valley in the opening round. But they got behind 3-0 to Montour before coming back to win 4-3 in overtime. Diefenbacher, Caleb Brake, and Cole Ferguson all found the net in that game. The game-winning goal, 9 minutes into OT, was scored by Spencer Nath. An exciting end for the Planets when it looked like at halftime they were going to be done.
I'm sure Coach Chris Knopf doesn't like all the drama this team's created, but ultimately finding a way to win is what the Fighting Planets have been able to do.
And Knopf said that the victory over Thomas Jefferson was one of their most complete games this season, not just because they put 3 on the board, but because they really stifled the Jaguars' offense in that effort. Free kick coming up here for the Planets. Simony takes it, drives it right towards the goal, and stepping out to his right to control it there is Corey Supan without a problem.
Yeah, that one might have been going wide, but Supan didn't want to risk it. He came out and was able to handle it easily. Now kicks it away towards midfield.
And the ball coming back through midfield. Played down the far side into the Mars zone, and the Planets will play it out over the near sideline, so the throw-in belongs to South Fayette. They'll keep it in the Planet zone as we have some substitutions. Checking in here for South Fayette, we see Matt Thomas as well as Ruth Vikponda. And in for the Planets is DJ Carter.
Into the game for Mars, number 30, DJ Carter.
Seeing these substitutions come
For South Fayette,
just a
number
bit
13, Matt
under
Thomas,
the 15-minute mark
Ruth
expired
Vikponda.
here in half number 1. Get some fresh troops out there.
You mentioned 25:45 left on this opening half clock. No score yet. 2 of the first 3 games, Sean, all 3 of the games have been 1-goal games, but 2 of the first 3 have gone to overtime here today, both the girls and boys single-A contests. Corner kick coming up here for South Fayette from the near side. Ball played in front, loose, chipped around, trying to find his Paraschetti, shoots it back to the net, and it's deflected up and over, but South Fayette maintains possession. Coming back here to the outside, ball fed in front, and it goes off the foot of one of the Lions players as Smith played it off of Thomas. But a nice effort there by South Fayette on their 4th corner kick. Just unable to get anything on the net. Paraschetti just had that ball bouncing as he tried to put it back towards the net.
Yeah, I think it might have partially deflected off the defender as well as it missed wide, but as you mentioned, Paraschetti was active in getting towards that ball, just wasn't able to set it down and get a clean shot away. Otherwise, he might have been able to find the back of the net.
Ball played through midfield, bounced around, and controlled there by South Fayette. Mars able to gain it back. Here comes Diefenbacher. Diefenbacher up the right side. Diefenbacher with a good run. Diefenbacher long shot coming, and he just misses here on the near side as Diefenbacher from 25 yards trying to get it inside the near post, and he misses by just a few feet.
Yeah, he had the goalkeeper beat that time, but as you mentioned, did not miss by much on that far post. And that's the one thing about Mars. It looks like even though the Fighting Planets haven't maintained control for the most of this, the possession time certainly in favor of South Fayette. When Mars does get a chance, the Fighting Planets are certainly dangerous, and they've gotten those prime scoring chances.
Up the right side, it's going to be Anthony Maki. Maki slowing it down. Maki trying to put this one in front, looking for Diefenbacher, and he plays it to the side of the net and over the end line. Goal kick belonging to the Lions.
Goal kick for the Lions.
So Corey Supan will take it there. And sends a line drive right-footed kick all the way into the circle. Moved forward there by the Lions as Sillo was able to chip it back into the South Fayette, into the Planet zone, but it's taken away by DJ Carter. Carter breaking it out, finds a good pass, moving the ball ahead here to Cole Ferguson. Ferguson slows it down as he breaks the top of the box. Ferguson, a little right wing pass looking for Diefenbacher, and it's defended well by the Lions. Cutting it off on the far side there. Zach Ali, and a nice job because Diefenbacher was ready to tee that one up. Down the left side, here comes Corey Ferguson. Corey Ferguson feeding it in front of the net, little chip to the net there by McMahon. No harm, no foul as Supan will take it and throw this one out up the far side. One thing about Supan, Sean, he doesn't waste any time getting that ball out of there. Mars bringing it back. Ferguson up the near side trying to make the pass to Carter. Goes over the near sideline here in front of the Lions bench. And South Fayette will throw in as Christian Deedy takes it there. Ball thrown down to midfield. Between two defenders as Jordan Smith tries the ball handle, has it taken away by Cole Ferguson. Ferguson drops it back. Simony has it. Simony driving it into the South Fayette zone, but the Lions will cut that off as Paraschetti sends it back across the midfield line. We have a whistle there as battling was Jordan Smith and Mars Caleb Brake. And it's going to be a free kick as the whistle goes against the Planets, so the Lions get the free kick.
Maybe a chance for South Fayette to get its second shot on goal here. I mentioned they had 3 opportunities in close that they just skied over top the goal. Got one on goal, and looks like this one's going to miss wide again.
Yeah, long blast there. Paraschetti shooting that one from about 40, and he misses to the right side of the net. 22 minutes, 10 seconds left here in this opening half. No score yet. South Fayette and Mars. Boys Class AA Championship, and of course today's championship matches all brought to you by Prograss. Prograss, first and turf. To the far side it goes. Out over the sideline, and the throw will belong to the Planets.
In the game for Mars, number 10, Andrew Domanjani.
Domanjani going to check back in. Domanjani going to relieve. Spencer Nath. Again, Nath the hero in the quarterfinals with the game-winning goal in overtime over Montour. South Fayette beating South Park 2-1 in overtime in the semifinals. A big upset victory as they knocked off the top-seeded Eagles in that one. Zach Ollie with the game-winning goal 4 minutes into the second overtime. The defending champions are done. South Fayette trying to win their first championship. They've looked good so far. Drive opportunity there, left wing pass, and the offering from Smith out of the reach of his intended target. I think that was...
Might have been an offsides. The officials blew the whistle there.
Yeah, it was offside. I thought that it might have went over the end line there. Ruthvik Panda, the intended target for the pass, but a little bit ahead of the play. So Mars will kick it out. 20 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the opening half. No score yet here between the Planets and the Lions.
So athletic director for Mars, Scott Heinauer, down on the field before this one.
And he's hoping that his Planets can get something going on this rush. Domanjani finds the ball, but then taken away by the Lions. Ball played into the stands as the Planets will throw in from in front of the South Fayette bench here to the near side of the pitch, about 35 yards out, and it's going to be handled here by Matt McMahon. McMahon directly throws this one into the goal box. Bouncing ball. Diefenbacher trying to fight it. Can't do that. Caleb Brake after it. And he plays it here to the near side. Domanjani tries to go to Ferguson. Ball goes over the end line. Goal kick for the Lions.
You mentioned Caleb Brake.
I'm sorry, incorrect. It's going to be a corner.
He was the hero for the football team of Mars last night, kicking the game-winning field goal. What a 24 hours it could be for him if he's able to help lead his team to a victory here on the pitch.
Throw in, going to go all the way through the box by Matt McMahon. So neither team really able to do much on the close proximity throw-ins and corner kicks. Bouncing ball, nice feed. Diefenbacher trying to track this one down. Diefenbacher knocked down in the box, and no whistle as Diefenbacher was set up there by Cole Ferguson, tried to split the defense. Could not get it. Diefenbacher knocked down, but no foul on the play. To the near side, Ferguson tries to put this in front. Opportunity. The redirect. Big save made by Supan on that redirect by Domanjani. Great chance for the Planets. Their best of the afternoon with the stop made.
But it's Cole Ferguson and Corey Ferguson setting up things for their teammates. First it was Cole that forced the turnover and was able to get it to Diefenbacher, and then it was the other Ferguson, Corey, that came up with a nice play and was able to get it in front. So they are creating chances for their teammates. So far they have not been able to get it past Supan, however.
Whistle here against the Planets will give South Fayette a free kick. Just under 19 minutes, 18:55 left here in this opening half. No score yet here at Highmark Stadium. Temperatures have dropped. The Indian summer we experienced this week here in western Pennsylvania. Temperatures down to the lower 50s here to start this one, but still a very pleasant Saturday and a good day for soccer here at Highmark Stadium. Ball bounces off a couple of heads off of that free kick and rolls to the left of the Mars net, where Dale Glavin will take control of that with no problem. And Glavin will left foot a punt back towards midfield. Planets trying to get that runner there, looking for Diefenbacher. Diefenbacher tracks his bouncing ball down. Diefenbacher to the net, shot on, and he just misses there as he was battling with Jeremy Zura down the far side there and could not quite put it on.
Mars, number 20, Garrett Riddle. For South Fayette, number 3, Nick All, and 15, Zach
Garrett
Lutz.
Riddle coming in for Mars as a substitute.
Nick All and Zach Lutz back in for the Lions. Riddle, the freshman, checking in. So both teams with ample benches taking advantage of that depth by keeping the fresh legs out on the pitch. 17:45 left here in this opening half. No score yet. Bouncing ball through midfield. South Fayette trying to set that up. Nick All, who's had a couple of chances here whenever he was in earlier, unable to turn that around back through midfield. Didi has it. Didi dropping it over here to the near side. Ponda has it there. Dropping it back to Ollie. And Nick Ollie going to send it back towards midfield. Bouncing ball going to roll past the defense and all the way to the goal. And no problem there for Glavin to take it away. He had Mowry in front of him as well, as All was trying to track down that loose ball in the Planet's box. Ball sent back through midfield. Bouncing ball is knocked down. Chipped around there by the Lions. And here comes a chance now. All trying to push this one up the left side. Giving it a run there for South Fayette. Trying to find it there is Martinsik. And he shoots it back towards the net, but it's going to go over the end line. And the goal kick belongs to the Planets.
Goal kick for Mars.
And one shot on goal for each side, and South Fayette has missed 4. Mars has missed 3, so things starting to even out as the Planets have made a bit of a surge as this first half has progressed.
16.5 left in this opening half. No score yet. And you talked about the surge that Mars is making. There's a chance back here for South Fayette. Diving stop made. Great opportunity there as Matt Thomas found that ball and chipped it towards the net, and diving out to his right is Dale Glavin to make the save and keep it scoreless.
That was one of the finest saves we've seen so far. Glavin, as you mentioned, had to dive out to get to that one. Had to be on his toes for another good chance for South Fayette.
Panda going to throw this one all the way back in, well, not throw it because that would have been a foul, but kick it all the way back into the goal box of South Fayette, and it's taken there by the Planet's Glavin. Left foots it back through midfield. Ball bounced around, headed down there by Zach Alley. And South Fayette trying to find their way back through midfield. Lions will regroup and drop it back to the defense. Mitch Ford handles it. Ford looks it over. Going to send the lead pass here, looking for All battling there, headed away by Matt McMahon for the Planets. And now an opportunity to break it out. Here comes Dominjani. Dominjani moving ahead to Diefenbacher. Diefenbacher trying to give a run here to Cole Ferguson. Ferguson finds it on the left side. Ferguson right foots a pass back in front. Defended well and kept in bounds. A nice effort by South Fayette's Christian Didi, not only to break up the play, but to prevent the corner kick as well.
Yeah, that was just a matter of inches from going across that end line. It would have been a corner kick, but he came back, slid, and was able to get to it and get it up to his teammates as they now transition to offense.
Pandy goes to Alley. Alley going to move it over to Thomas. Thomas left wing pass. Paraschetti controls. Paraschetti trying to break into the zone. Right foot blast coming to the net. Low shot to the outside of the post. And sliding down there is Dale Glavin to make the stop. Not sure if that would have been on line or not, Sean, but Glavin would have none of it as he slides to his right to make the save.
Yeah, goalkeepers don't want to risk it either way, even if that was going wide by a foot or two. Come out, makes the save for sure, and then kick it up to your teammates. That's exactly what Glavin did.
Some more substitutions here. Back in now is Jordan Smith for South Fayette.
Primo Paraschetti and number 11, Jordan Smith.
Mars going to send
15,
Spencer Nath back in. It's Dominjani will get a much-deserved break. not Dominjani, but DJ Carter. The freshman will come out. Throw in here from the midfield flag by the Lions.
They're going to make Didi do it over again.
And this time Didi was going to throw it to midfield. He's looking to go into the Mars zone instead. Now sends it back towards the circle. Ball tracked down there by South Fayette Sillo. Sillo back to Didi, plays it off the chest of Cole Ferguson, and he'll throw it in again from this near sideline, just to the south, just to the Mars side of that midfield line. Ball bounced around, found there. Little bump there, but unable to get around it. It is going to be Lutz. Lutz tries to find room, has his pocket picked by his counterpart in 15, Spencer Nath. Nath sends it up, tripping on the plays Ferguson. Ferguson regroups, Cole Ferguson that is, sends it back to midfield where the ball's chested down. Here come the Planets, trying to break it out. Pass up the right wing side there by Corey Ferguson, and he's going to find Diefenbacher. Diefenbacher trying to bring it in. Diefenbacher on the right wing side. Diefenbacher tries to push it back into the box, defended well by Primo Paraschetti, who breaks it up, but Mars maintains possession on the far side of the pitch, 30 yards out the Planets, trying to make it happen. Ball pushed back towards the net by Diefenbacher. Going to go over the sideline again, and the throw in from the same spot belongs to Mars with 13 minutes and 20 seconds left in the scoreless opening half. Set play here for the Planets. Left-footed shot back towards the net. Redirect goes wide. As trying to set the bicycle kick up there was Dominjani, but he couldn't quite get it turned over.
Goal kick for the Lions.
Supan was giving chase just in case, but you mentioned that one missed by a pretty safe margin there, and it'll be a goal kick now for Supan and South Fayette. 13
minutes exactly left here in this opening half. Talked about these teams and their previous championship experience. Mars in the championship game for the 5th time. They've won a WPIL title on 2 occasions. South Fayette back here for the 2nd time in school history, and they have yet to win a championship, dropping the title game to West Allegheny in 2013 here at Highmark Stadium, and also falling in the 2002 title game. Rob Eldridge, who coached at Peters Township before taking over this South Fayette program, and that 11 years between championship appearances, there were some dark years for the South Fayette program, but Rob Eldridge came on board, and he's really built the South Fayette program into a powerhouse. And Rob's one of the good guys of high school soccer in Western Pennsylvania. We've had Rob on the air with us a couple of times during soccer playoff games. Very insightful, very knowledgeable, and very passionate about this game. And on the left side, Mars trying to move the ball. Samakis couldn't control it. All going to come away with it, trying to ball handle, and it's played on a bounce off the foot of Matt McMahon into the Lions bench, so the throw-in belongs to South Fayette. And the throw was, I thought Lutz was going to handle it, but he'll drop it back to Didi, who will throw it in instead.
And talking about Coach Eldridge and the job he's done with the Lions, it's pretty apparent over the past few years, South Fayette is a powerhouse in terms of having great athletes in all sports. Sometimes it's just hard to get some of those better athletes to come out for soccer. It took some motivation to do so, but you see the rewards now.
Cole Ferguson with the steal, feeds it back to the net. No sweat there. Supan stands near the post and cuts that one off. He talked about the athletes. These 2 districts in particular, both Mars and South Fayette, are 2 of the fastest growing districts in Class AA. As a matter of fact, I think without the PIAA realignment, both of these teams in athletics would probably move to AAA next year regardless.
Right, I think that's a safe bet, although moving to 4 classifications next year is going to mix everything up.
Ball played back here by the Lions. Down the right side, opportunity here. Lutz gets knocked down on the play, no whistle. So the officials have pretty much said it this afternoon, Sean, that they're going to let the players decide. And unless it's something that's downright blatant, these guys are going to play on and decide it themselves. And I like when officials handle games that way because it's consistent, and that's what you want to see.
Right, as long as it doesn't get out of hand at any point, you figure so much on the line, these players are going to find a way to keep their composure before it gets to that level. As we mentioned, Mike Harmon, George Williams, Lou Talib, the 3 officials for this one.
Ball ends up in the South Fayette crowd. And the Lions will throw in again. Jordan Smith, 20 yards out here on the near side. Gets the return pass from that throw and tries to fight through a double team. Smith, good ball handling there. Trying to get through a triple team and the 3rd man in. Able to take it away. And that's Caleb Brake. Back through midfield. Diefenbacher has it and moves it up the right side. Ferguson trying to push it ahead. Stolen back by South Fayette. Lions trying to give a run back the other way on this transition outlet pass. Going to roll all the way into the box, though, and Glavin will cut it off before Nick All could track it down. Of course, Maury was there to mark him all the way down the pitch as well. The Planets back now. Cole Ferguson can't control it. Ball played up onto the cover over the South Fayette bench. And that throw will belong to the Planets.
In the
comes
game
the throw.
Number 33, Nick Simony.
Simony back into this one. Over the end line. And it should be a goal kick, it looks like, coming up for South Fayette.
Yeah, not a good throw in as it went all the way past the intended recipients for the Fighting Planets. As you mentioned, goes all the way through the end line. It's going to lead now to a goal kick for South Fayette. Under 10 minutes left in this opening half.
Supan will take it there. And he right foots this kick back through midfield. Bouncing ball headed up in the air by Corey Ferguson. Ferguson watches as the Lions. Matt Sillo moves it back through midfield into the Mars zone. And the Planets, Caleb Brake, sends this one back into the South Fayette end. All the way up the far side where the Lions regain possession and play it up through midfield. Out of bounds, though, over there in front of the scoreboard. And the throw in right at midfield belongs to the Planets. As Justin Samakis is back in. Samakis has started the game, and then he got a break.
That's Corey Ferguson that checks out for the Fighting Planets.
Mentioned both Corey and Cole Ferguson have done a nice job for Mars here in this opening half of setting offense up when the Planets have had the opportunity in the South Fayette zone. Ball controlled there by Samakis. Going to drop it back. Simony out of the circle. Moves it ahead. Diefenbacher tries to break in. Diefenbacher from outside the box. Left foot's a pass in. Trying to move the ball there to Damanjani. And let the Lions take it away as he came into the goal box. Played back. Hustle there by South Fayette's Jordan Smith to come back, as I think that Samakis thought he had some room here down the left wing side. but defended well by the Lions again, and it's out here over the near sideline. Throwing belongs to South Fayette with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the scoreless opening half. Ball headed around. South Fayette trying to move it out, but Mars going to keep it in. Chipping it ahead there for the Planets was Cole Ferguson. And it's taken away by Zach Lutz. Lutz through the midfield circle, trying that long lead pass and giving it a run is going to be Jordan Smith, but it's too far, and over the end line it goes, so the goal kick belongs to the Planets and Dale Glavin, as we're under 7.5 minutes now left here in this opening half. No score yet. South Fayette with 3 shots, Mars with 2.
In the game for Mars,
9 chances so far for the Lions to 4 for the Planets, and 4 South Fayette corner kicks to 2 for Mars.
Yeah, but the defense over the past 10 minutes or so has tightened up a bit. More this match is being played at midfield, as opposed to the good chances we saw through the first 25 or so minutes of this match.
Spencer Nath up the left side for the Planets. He'll throw in from in front of the scoreboard on the far side, right at midfield. Now off of South Fayette off the throw. We'll move that throw in 20 yards deeper into the South Fayette zone now as Nath sends it in again. Throws it towards the box. Cole Ferguson, the nearest Planet to it, but it's taken away by All, and the Lions play it back to midfield. Bouncing ball, chested down. Battle through the midfield area, and it's played back into the Mars zone by South Fayette. Ball chipped up in the air. Trying to find some room there is All. All going to drop it off. Lutz after it. Has his pocket picked on another good steal by Matt McMahon. At the left side. Dom and Janney can't get it out. South Fayette keeps it in. Bouncing ball played ahead there by Zach Alley. Alley to the far side. Gets the pass in the middle and out on the left side into the box looking for Paraschetti, and it's just off his left foot. Paraschetti trying to dance and keep this one in on the far sideline, and Paraschetti able to do so out of bounds off the Mars player, and the quick throw in by Paraschetti into the box. Bouncing ball, All looking for it, back foots it towards the net, and Glavin will step out and take that one away before any harm is done.
As you mentioned, trying to get that one with the back foot, just angled away from a good opportunity. It leads to a ball that came trickling in on goal and an easy save.
Good hustle by Paraschetti on the left side. A nice job by Paraschetti to balance along the far sideline there as we have a whistle here against the Planets. But Paraschetti, a nice job there because he was able to draw the throw and would set that play up. And then that back foot opportunity in front there. Glavin with the easy stop, but a good opportunity by South Fayette. 5.5 left here in the opening half. No score yet.
Free kick now for South Fayette. Deep in Lions territory after Martinsik was taken down by one of the Fighting Planets.
Left-footed back, off the free kick, headed away by the Planets before it breaks into the box. Loose ball sent back through midfield, trying to find it there for Mars. It's Corey Haim, and Haim going to move it ahead to Ferguson. Opportunity now for Ferguson. Cole Ferguson trying that right wing pass to drop it back. Ball slowed down. Haim trying to track it down. Haim going to drop it outside. Dom and Janney finds it. Dom and Janney tries to go up the left side, and he has his pocket picked. A nice steal by South Fayette, but Mars will get it right back. Good job there by Simony. Simony going to send it to the right side. Ferguson drops it back, and running after this one here is going to be Simakis, who jumps into the play from the defense position. Ball off the head of one of the South Fayette defenders, and diving, trying to keep it from going over the end lines. The goalkeeper, Supan, but he can't do that, and the Planets will get their third corner kick of this opening half here from the near side of the pitch.
Yeah, because it deflected off the head of one of the South Fayette players defensively. That time Supan trying to go over and prevent the corner kick. Was not able to get enough of it, though. So it will be another chance for Mars.
Dom and Janney sets it up here on the near side to the right of the South Fayette goal. Dom and Janney comes in, bends it right-footed into the box. Header redirect attempt goes wide. Loose ball still in the box. After it, there's Paraschetti for the Lions, and he's able to take that one away before Spencer Nath could turn and get a shot out of it. Mars maintaining possession here with under 4 minutes left in the scoreless opening half. Trying to battle there for the Planets, unable to get through. There's Caleb Brake. Brake, a second opportunity. He played it back to McMahon. Ball chipped by the Lions out of bounds here. And the throw in from in front of the South Fayette bench belongs to Mars.
18, Corey Ferguson.
And the Planets making a bit of a surge here late in this first half, getting some chances, including that corner kick, as they will now substitute a few new players in.
Cole Ferguson and Diefenbacher both back into it, and those are two of the best offensive weapons we've seen for the Planets out there. They got a little bit of a breather. Ball out of bounds off the throw-in as Dom and Janney cut towards the Planets' net, but it goes off the back of his right leg and over the end line. Goal kick here for the Planets. 3:15 left in this opening half. No score yet as the sun sets here at picturesque Highmark Stadium here on Station Square. Final game of 4 here on what used to be Super Soccer Saturday. Is it still Super Soccer Saturday, Sean?
That's a pretty super day.
All with the steal, pretty super shot there, and he just misses as All made the steal at the far right end of the box, and he drove right in and just missed, and All with his hands on his head. That's the third chance that we've seen South Fayette have a shot in the box that they were just unable to get on the net.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting those, forcing Glavin to make those saves, even though Glavin has come up with a pair of saves when he was tested. Those weren't the best opportunities. The best one that the Lions have had, they've shot wide or over top the cage.
South Fayette maintaining possession. Here come the Lions. Up the left side, Paraschetti trying to give this a run to keep it in. Paraschetti chips it down the left wing, but it's out over the sideline. The throw belongs to Mars, and they move it in quickly. Planet's playing it towards the circle. Diefenbacher, a little give and go up the right side, trying to give a runner there. Ferguson after it. Ferguson slowing it down, trying to bring it back. Looking in front there for Cole Ferguson was Corey Ferguson, but stolen away again by South Fayette, dribbling through the circle. Pass ahead. They've tried to find All a couple times. He's had a couple of looks. Good scoring chance on the last one. Now here comes an opportunity as All gets the pass. Into the box on the left side. All tries to split the defense. Stood up by Mowry, and we got a whistle in the box. And it's a call against South Fayette.
Some frustrations for the Lions there. It was Jordan Smith that made the play to get it over to All, but as you mentioned, it looked like it might have been an opportunity for South Fayette. Instead, it'll go against the Lions. It'll lead to a free kick now for Mars in the final minute and a half of this opening half.
Yeah, the Planets forward All got knocked down on the play, and he got called, I guess, for pushing back on the play. I'm not sure how the decision was made on that one, but either way, South Fayette not happy, but Mars gets a break. I thought we were going to see a penalty kick from right inside the box. Back through midfield. South Fayette and Mars scoreless here as we get down to our final 65 seconds of this half. Nice move by Brake. Pass up the right side, comes back out. Brake going to find it. Sorry, not Brake, but Ferguson with it this time. Ferguson trying to push that one in front, looking for Dom and Janney. Back into midfield it comes. Simony steps up, tries to play it ahead for the Planets, can't do it. 50 seconds left now down the left side. All finding a lot of room over there on the left side of the pitch. All driving in, marked on the play, able to get around the first defender, tries to get around Brake. Brake knocks him down, no whistle. And I think that might be a case there too, Sean, where maybe the Lions were a little too demonstrative on that non-call last time where the official might have just looked away on what may have been a call in a different situation.
Yeah, you hope the officials aren't affected by something like that, but it's only natural. Not to say that South Fayette was showing up the official, but the Lions were very visibly showing their displeasure with that previous call that went against them.
Now also, Paraschetti kind of spiked the ball down too, and that could have been grounds for a yellow card as well. But the officials have been, as we mentioned, consistent here. They've not called a lot of fouls. They've let a lot of physical play go on. It's been good, clean physical play as a late rusher by the Planets header to the box. And coming out there is going to be Supan to take it away before Dom and Janney could find it as the first half comes to an end. 40 minutes of soccer in the books here from Highmark Stadium. We're not walking in the spider webs, but it is Super Soccer Saturday. Mars and South Fayette, no score. You're listening to the 2015 WPIL Soccer Championships, brought to you by ProGrass, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Attention high school seniors, as one of America's top colleges, you'll want to visit Grove City College for Senior Crimson Day on Saturday, November 14th. Explore more than 50 majors and learn more about the value of a Grove City College education. Did you know it's the lowest cost of any private four-year college in Pennsylvania? Register for Senior Crimson Day on Saturday, November 14th at gcc.edu or call 724-458-2100. Grove City College, because faith and learning matter.
The MSA Sports Network is more than just high school football this fall. Log on to MSASports.net for coverage of all other Scholastic fall sports with schedules, results, and rankings of boys and girls soccer. We'll also have results and postseason coverage of girls tennis, boys and girls golf, and cross country. Plus results and rankings along with weekly matches involving the MSA Sports Hometown Girls Volleyball program. The best coverage of all WPIL fall sports is only here on the MSA Sports Network. Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Back here at Highmark Stadium, where Sean Myers and I are pondering the question everybody's asking: what's Gwen Stefani doing with Blake Shelton? Well, okay, that's really not the question we're pondering, but we are pondering what's been a very good opening half between two very good defensive teams. And the question really is, Sean, is can somebody break through and get a goal against one of these two stout defenses? We've seen a lot of chances for South Fayette, but not a lot of shots either way. Just a total of 5 shots in that half. South Fayette had the better play early. Mars came back towards the end of the half, but we're still scoreless here after 40 minutes.
Yeah, you're exactly right about South Fayette. I believe the Lions, they have to get some of those shots on goal. And I know it's easy to say that, it's harder to do that, but sometimes it's just maybe getting a little less power behind it, less trying to pick a corner and just force the goalkeeper in Glavin to make the save, because they had some real chances around the goal, just missed wide or high several times. On the other side for Mars, the Fighting Planets had some really good rushes. I think they did a nice job in transition. A guy that I'd like to see get even more involved is Cole Ferguson. He is absolutely deadly when he has the ball in his possession. He's able to make defenders miss. He's able to find teammates or unleash shots of his own. I would like to see Mars try to get the ball on his foot more often in the second half, because usually when he has it, something good happens in terms of generating offense.
Stats look like this: South Fayette 3 shots on goal, Mars with 2. The Lions had 11 scoring chances to the Planets 5, and 4 corner kicks belonging to South Fayette, 3 for Mars. Teams are on the field, getting ready, getting loose. Take a break, and we'll be back with your second half kick in just a bit. Your score here at the half: South Fayette and Mars, no score yet. You're listening to the 2015 WPIL Soccer Championships, brought to you by ProGrass, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
From the day we were born, I've always been ahead of my twin sister. First to talk, first to walk, and I'm always first to try the latest and greatest of everything.
So, you have everything checking from Dollar Bank?
Of course I do.
Wait, what? You know, everything checking. There's no monthly service fee. It is online banking, alerts, mobile deposit, 55,000 free ATMs, and 1.60% APY on savings.
Really?
Plus the Dollar Bank app to stay connected to it all.
When did you get that?
And now, I can be the first to pay with my Dollar Bank Debit MasterCard from my mobile phone.
Your total is $42.90.
I have to go.
Bye-bye, sis.
Ask for new everything checking only from Dollar Bank. Call 1-800-242-BANK. Stop by or visit dollarbank.com for details. Dollar Bank. Mutually inspired. Rate and service fee waiver require everything checking with 6 qualifying monthly payments. 0.25% annual percentage yield over $20,000. Subject to change without notice. Dollar Bank. Member FDIC.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top 4 WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
Also on Thursday, we preview the college football slate in the region for the upcoming weekend. Then we recap those games each and every Sunday.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
No regrets.
You may have some regrets in life, but not with Erie Insurance. We'll treat you fairly and won't penalize you for a mishap. And we have great rates. So instead of regrets, get to know Erie. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with us year after year. Get a quote today.
Call the Mills Agency, servicing Greensburg, Ligonier, and Jeanette. 724-834-3015.
Erie Insurance.
Attention business owners and marketing managers. MSA Sports Network offers a cost-effective way to expand your advertising efforts, increase your bottom line, and promote your brand and services in the communities you serve. Offering you flexible marketing plans with numerous multimedia combinations, the ability to target your local customers within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your business, industry exclusivity, available via sport, season, community, or region, and outstanding return on investment with all MSA Sports sponsorship opportunities. MSA Sports Network represents the most efficient and effective ad placement in the broadcast industry. To learn more about advertising opportunities on the MSA Sports Network, contact Glenn Anderson at 412-362-2000, extension 2225, or ganderson@msa.com.
The history book.
Back here at Highmark Stadium, getting ready to start the second half of play. Mars and South Fayette, Boys Class AA Championship game. And today's championship match brought to you by Progress. Progress. First and turf as we get ready to get this one, the second half underway. Teams will switch sides, right to left. The Lions will move here in half number 2. The opposite way, the Planets will go alongside Sean Myers, Matt Vandriak with you here on the MSA Sports Network. And South Fayette gives a run here quick, right to left, ball over the end line. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Planets to get this half underway.
And they were anxious to get back out there. Didn't even wait the full 10 minutes for halftime before the players took the field.
In the game for Mars, number 10.
Well, we talked about what these teams have done this season coming into these playoff runs, the brief playoff history for these schools. Mars losing in the WPIL opening round last year. They actually won Section 2, but lost to Quaker Valley last year, who's the third-place team out of Section 5. Planets lost in the 2013 first round. As we mentioned, that was the last time that these two schools played. South Fayette defeating Mars 1-0 in that opening round, and then Mars losing in the AA championship game in the PIAA first round back in 2012. South Fayette, they fell in the WPIL semifinals as well as the PIAA semifinals last year, finishing second in Section 5 last year behind West Allegheny. Lions lost in the WPIL title game, as we mentioned, here at Highmark Stadium. First year we had the championships here in 2013. They also lost in the PIAA first round that year, and they lost in the WPIAL semifinals and the AA consolation game back in 2012. Minute and a half into this opening half, no score yet. Lions with the ball, right to left. They try to move into the Planet zone, but Mars will take it away. Well defended on the play by Corey Ferguson. Ferguson sends it all the way across the pitch. Loose ball comes back. Mars will take it there, and they try to make a run down the left wing side. Bar a little bit too far there, that is, for Dom and Janney. As it goes over the sideline, it'll be thrown in. And South Fayette will bring it back. Runner down the right side into the Planet zone. South Fayette trying to generate some offense. Played in front. Loose ball goes up and just misses from an almost impossible angle. That opportunity put on the net.
Goal kick for Mars.
I think it was Sillo who took that shot, and
Yeah, it
he
looked
just
like
put it up and over. Very close. Good chance.
off his foot, looked like it wasn't going to have a chance, but as it came closer to the goal, I think Glavin realized that one was going to be within a matter of a foot or less of potentially finding that far post, and fortunately for Mars, it ended up just missing.
Ball bounced around here off of the goal kick by the Planets. Far side of the pitch, it'll be taken and sent out there by Mars. Diefenbacher send it back into the South Fayette zone. Supan will take control of it. And up the left side, Paraschetti loses his footing, and that's going to result in a throw-in for the Planets here from midfield.
I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up with that pass either way, as he has a nice job getting his head on this one to break up the throw-in.
And Paraschetti literally using his head as he ended up falling down again after that header put him on his backside. But going to be a free kick here as a whistle goes against the Planets. 37 minutes left here in this second half. No score yet here at Highmark Stadium at Station Square. What a view here. If you've never been down here for any kind of event, I recommend you come down here and check out Highmark Stadium. A great view, home of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and the WPIL Soccer Championships. We've had a few football games here, Sean. We've had a few concerts here now, as this has become a venue for some summer shows.
Yeah, Central Catholic football team typically uses this field. They had a home game last night that had to be moved to Couple Stadium because the AAA Boys and Girls Soccer Championships were played here last night. Sam Hall doing solo work covering it. Great job as always.
Comes a chance back for Mars, trying to find an opportunity. Long shot, and just missing there from 50 yards with a left-footed black was Nick Simony. As Simony blasted that one, and he had the goaltender, Supan, leaning the wrong way. Sean Supan was looking right, had to dive back to the left, and Simony just misses here on the near side.
And he's a guy that can find the back of the net, can Simony. As you mentioned, another good opportunity. It just seems like whichever of these teams gets that shot on goal, because it's been just errant by a matter of a foot or so both ways, especially South Fayette in the first half, and now this time Mars.
Ball back through midfield. Planets trying to gain control of it. Spencer Nath looking for Caleb Brake. And Mars will take it away as the sun has set here at Station Square. The Planets trying to find the first goal of the game. Nice steal by Ford, and Ford has some room to run as he brings across the midfield through the circle. Pass to the right wing side by Ford. Ball moved ahead here by South Fayette. So a little chip pass looking for Auld. Shot to the net. Loose in front, and it goes in!
That might be an own goal there, Matt, as I think, if I'm correct, getting back that time was Nath, and he actually knocked it into his own cage.
The official says, yes, it is a goal, and the nearest South Fayette player was Jordan Smith. But I think if it's an own goal.
Number 11, Jordan
So Smith did touch it. It wasn't an own goal. Smith in front redirects it. And we have our first goal of the game at the 35-24 mark of the second half. Jordan Smith of a nice pass from Nick Auld.
At the 45th minute, Jordan Smith able to get to that one. It was a scramble in front after the goalkeeper Glavin was out of position. It was a matter of who was going to get to it first. I thought initially that Nath maybe had knocked that in past his own keeper, but instead they say that Jordan Smith, the senior forward, was able to get something on that, and that is the icebreaker here, and a big one in favor of the Lions.
So somebody finally breaks through, and it doesn't take very long. Just about 4.5 minutes into the second half. South Fayette gets the goal, and a goal that was kind of a fluky one that definitely wasn't expected. As Auld was just trying to throw that one into the box, and he was actually looking to make a pass to Smith, and Smith was just chasing towards the net with the defender. And as you mentioned, we thought it might have been an own goal. As here comes a chance now for Auld again, and stepping out is going to be Glavin. But as you said, it was off the defender who was working there with the Maori, and we thought that it may have been an own goal, but the official pointed that it was indeed Jordan Smith's goal. So Smith from Nick Auld, and we have a 1-0 South Fayette lead.
Remember, it was the Lions that put us, as we have a whistle here, and a couple players going hard, including Ferguson. But it was South Fayette that missed those chances and kicked it out of play several times early in the first half. And even though this wasn't a direct kick that went in initially, just getting it towards the goal, keeping it in play, and giving some of your forwards a chance to maybe get a rebound or hope that the goalie mishandles it. That's exactly what the Lions did on that one, and they were able to capitalize.
Well, Sean, we talked about this before the game as well. Or not before the game, we talked about this in the first half, that South Fayette came out really strong in that first half. They had better to play the first 10 minutes of this game before the Planets found their bearings. And then it was a fairly even game the rest of the half. As a matter of fact, towards the end of the half, Mars may have had the better chances. But South Fayette coming out and starting this second half the same way they started the first, in control, and now a Lions corner kick as well.
You'd like to have something to show for a strong start in the first half. South Fayette didn't. In this second half, the Lions certainly do with the first tally of this one.
Nice pass, and the shot on from that corner kick blocked in front as Jeremy Zura took that one from right at the top of the box, and it fell the defender, and Mowry felt the effects of that one. It's a blast on the net there. Loose ball. Mowry trying to find it and use his body to defend against South Fayette's Matt Sillo. Goes over the end line, and another corner kick for South Fayette. So back-to-back corners here. This one for the Lions will come from the far side of the pitch to the left of the Mars goal, and keeper Dale Glavin.
And it'll be the goal scorer Jordan Smith who will, now he's going to turn it over to one of his teammates. Are they going to say that ball's in?
I'm not sure. Smith just trying to drop it in, and it's an opportunity for naught. It's going to stay, though, with South Fayette. So
that was unique.
I'd never seen a corner kick done like that before. It was almost accidental. Either way, for South Fayette, they get a third opportunity, so 3 straight corner kicks. Second one here from the far side of the pitch. Smith lines it up, right foots it into the box. Redirect not going to happen. Glavin gets up and pulls it down.
That time, the goalkeeper able to elevate high, and he high-pointed that ball much like a receiver would in football, wanted to make sure that no one on South Fayette had a chance to get their head on it. He reaches up and is able to corral it and now kick it out to midfield.
Yeah, good stop by Glavin there because there was a lot of traffic around him. South Fayette back now. Here's a pass for All. Tries to redirect. He falls down, and it's defended on the play very well by the Planets' Dom and Janney. South Fayette got the momentum going their way now as they make another steal here at midfield. Zach Ollie back through midfield, bounced around. Stolen here by the Planets' Diefenbacher. And Diefenbacher going to drop this one back to Samakis. Samakis now setting it up. Down the right side. Pass there intended for Spencer Nath. Comes out here over the near sideline. And the throw-in will belong to the Lions with 31-34 left here.
Could have been a chance for Nath because the South Fayette defender had fallen down, but the pass just out of his reach.
Down the near side, ball bounced around. And a South Fayette player, all ends up getting knocked down, but the Lions still able to maintain possession. At the near sideline, played out. Unable to maintain possession is Jordan Smith right at midfield. Throwing belongs to the Planets here from the near side of the pitch. And from the midfield stripe it goes back into the South Fayette zone. Bouncing ball controlled and then chipped to the left wing side by Simony. But South Fayette, again, aggressive in the midfield area, making another steal. Trying that pass there, and a good slide tackle by Simony, but still going with the ball there is South Fayette's Lutz. Lutz on the left side finds, shot to the net, and the diving stop made by Dale Glavin, but it wouldn't have mattered because it was offsides anyhow.
Yeah, they called the offsides, but what a job by Lutz after he was able to continue possession through that slide tackle and then was able to advance it to a teammate. Unfortunately for South Fayette, as we said, it was an offsides play.
Ball played back into the Planet zone. 30 minutes, 25 seconds left here in this second half. 1-0 South Fayette leads. Goal in the 45th minute by the Lions' Jordan Smith off the assist from Nick All. Here comes a chance now. Smith goes to All this time. All left foots it, and he doesn't get all of that one. And All just looking at himself in disbelief because that was a misfire there, Sean. All kicked it off the side of his foot as he tried to direct that one to the upper corner of the net here on the near side, but All unable to get that one on. Good chance, but for naught.
And that's what we said happened far too often in that first half, is the Lions just weren't able to get those shots on goal. Although they do have the lead here, they'd love to get a second one as they've continued to dominate play throughout this first 10-plus minutes of half number 2.
Paraschetti doing a nice job battling. Ball taken away by South Fayette. And here they come back across midfield, up the right side into the Mars zone. Opportunity now. Trying to find room is Lutz. Lutz driving back out. Lutz left foot's the pass to the other side. Paraschetti chests it down. Paraschetti trying to turn the shot over. Paraschetti has the ball locked in his feet. Can't quite turn it over. Back foot pass there. Taken by Ali, but it doesn't get onto the net, and the Planets will play this one off of the South Fayette defense, Martinsik, and the throw-in belongs to Mars. 29 minutes left here in this second half. This one's up in the air as Mars trying to break it back down the right side. Unable to find that high ball there was Diefenbacher, and play there where Diefenbacher was expecting that ball to be in front of him and ended up going straight up in the air, and he was looking around to find out where it was at, and it ends up going out over the Planets over the near sideline, and the throw will belong to South Fayette with 28-35 left here in this second half of play. Ball goes into the Lions bench. Last touch by South Fayette. Quick throw here by the Planets' Garrett Riddle, who's back into the game. Riddle is going to send this one down to the South Fayette zone. Ford will take control of it outside of the box here on the near side. Pressure put on here by Ferguson. Ford gets it back, and left foot's a pass here up the near side. Trying to find room up the left wing, outlet pass. Trying to move the ball ahead. Opportunity back here for the Lions. Jordan Smith, who has the game's only goal. Smith, nice footwork to get around a man. Smith puts this one in front. Opportunity there. Redirect, and it's in!
What a pass, and that one just trickles past Glavin, the goalkeeper, one that he would like back.
Goal scored for South Fayette, number 13, Matt Thomas.
So Matt Thomas gets it. Thomas was one of the guys who just checked in, and what a feed it was in front. Jordan Smith with a goal and a beautiful assist, and yeah, that was one that you said definitely Glavin would like it back, but Thomas slowly redirected that one and through what would be considered the 5-hole if it was hockey, right between the legs of the goalkeeper Glavin, and the Lions take a 2-0 lead with 28:03 left here in the second half.
And you could see as that one was developing, the pass was on point. Thomas really didn't get much behind it, but again, the key, just getting it on goal, forcing the goalkeeper to make a save, and that time not able to make that save was Glavin.
So the goal scored by Matt Thomas gives the Lions a 2-0 lead. Smith gets the assist.
Comes in the 52nd minute. So 2 goals just a bit more than 7 minutes apart as the Lions have taken a commanding 2-goal lead, especially considering the fact that Mars has been able to generate no offense in this second half.
Mentioned South Fayette coming into tonight had posted 10 shutouts and given up only 14 goals against in their 20 regular season and playoff matches. Free kick for the Planets. Long distance blast coming, and from 50 yards that one misses as the kick taken there by Samakis goes wide.
We'll see if the defense starts to creep up a bit for Mars, maybe at about the 20-minute mark, trailing by 2 goals. If that lead remains intact for South Fayette at that point, certainly Chris Knopf has to do something here to try to get the offense going for the Fighting Planets.
South Fayette has done a nice job of taking control here in the second half. And Sean, 2 goals that I don't want to say were not strong goals, but 2 goals that were kind of fluky goals. And a tough break for the goaltender, Dale Glavin, on both of those. The one was partially off of his defender that Smith scored the opening goal, and then Smith with that pass to Thomas. Thomas did redirect it, but Glavin was trying to guess which way the ball was going to go, and it trickled right through his legs.
Yeah, he was able to get a piece of it, but what was somewhat of a change-up type shot. That's a save that he probably should have made, especially at this caliber of play. You need your goalkeepers to come up with the saves they should make, and that was one that Glavin would like to have back.
Sillo trying to put it into the box. Nice header out there by the defense. Lucas Mowry over the far side it goes. And,
goal kick for Mars.
Actually, over the end line, it's going to be a goal kick as it's fed back by the Lions into the Planet zone. So Mars gets the goal kick here with 25:50 left in the second half, but South Fayette leading by the score of 2-0.
And we said that Glavin would like to have it back. Well, the important thing is he can't have it back at this point. He just has to play strong over these final 25-plus minutes of regulation, make sure he can do everything he can to keep his team's hope alive, and that means, obviously, they cannot allow a 3rd goal to the Lions as South Fayette continues to have offensive zone time.
Ball thrown in there by the Lions into the Mars goal box, but the Planet's able to get it out. Good job working the zone there by Ferguson. Here comes Mars back through midfield, trying to find somewhere to go with it there. Samakis loses it, and then Samakis called for a foul as he knocked down the Lions' Ruthvik Ponda. So free kick here for the Lions, but Sean, we touched on this a little bit in the first half. Mars was lucky to get out of the first round against 15th-seeded Quaker Valley, South Fayette's section mate. They had to go all the way to shootout to get that 2-1 victory, and then they got behind 3-0 to Montour in the quarterfinals, and that was a 3-0 lead in the second half before Mars found their way back. Free kick taken by the Lions. It's going to go very wide of the net here on the near side over the end line, so goal kick for the Planets coming up with 24.5 left here in half number 2, and now South Fayette has a 2-0 lead on Mars after the Lions had a very complete game in the 3-0 win over Thomas Jefferson in the semifinals. The Lions here tonight have a 2-0 lead, but I think the difference between South Fayette and Montour is this is a much better South Fayette team. It's going to be much harder to come back from a 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, and the defense for the Lions has really just been stifling here, and I think that's in large part because the offense has done such a good job of keeping possession deep in Mars territory for the first 15 minutes.
Ferguson, though, trying to drive back. Ferguson chips this one towards the net. Ball takes a bounce. Stepping out to his left is Corey Supan, and he'll have no problem controlling that. Supan hasn't really been tested here. No shots in the second half. He faced 2 in the opening half, so when called upon, though, Supan has been there to make the big save. All chested down at midfield. Ponda plays it back through the circle. Mars comes away with it. Here comes Diefenbacher. Diefenbacher, long shot blocked. Mitch Ford stands right in front of it, gives up the body, and blocks it with his right leg. Diefenbacher's a guy who can score some goals. The Planet's leading goal scorer coming into this one. 17 tallies through the regular season and playoffs. Comes Mars back again, trying to generate offense left to right. Low shot coming, and no harm there. Supan had it played well and makes the stop.
I believe that was Cole Ferguson who let that shot go, and he did a good job creating space, trying to get to the middle of the pitch, but as you mentioned, well read that time by Supan, and he was able to make a pretty basic save as the shot was low and right towards the center of the net.
Back with it now come the Planets, trying to generate some offense, but Simone's stripped of the ball. Simone trying to run back into his own zone. Ball controlled there by South Fayette's Jordan Smith. Smith with a goal and an assist here in the second half, and that's what the Lions have on the board. 2-0. South Fayette in the lead. Smith and Matt Thomas striking for goals within 7 minutes of each other here in half number 2. Ball played out into the stands. Throw-in coming up here from the Lions zone to the right of the Planets bench, and South Fayette will handle this throw-in. 22.5 now left in this second half. Game number 4 of 4 championship games here at Highmark Stadium. All of them here on the MSA Sports Network, and all of them here. Today's championship matches brought to you by ProGrass. ProGrass, first in turf. Ending up on the turf for Mars there was Dom and Janney. He tried the lead pass down the right side looking for Corey Ferguson. Ball out over South Fayette, and here comes the throw-in. Opportunity here for Garrett Riddle. Riddle throws it down towards the box. Right-footed pass by Ferguson, headed away by the defense. Good job by Mitch Ford. Ford's just steady, Sean. You watch Mitch Ford, he's just a steady defender that never lets a man get behind him, and always, whether it be a hard shot or a floating header like that one, always seems to be there to knock it away from his goal area.
Yeah, and that's important as he's a senior defender. He's one of the leaders of this team, but to get to a championship and win a championship, we have a chance
throw it here, opportunity right in front. Goal! Mars comes away with it. I'm pretty sure it was Simone who got the last foot on it.
Yeah, he's reacting like it's his goal, and that looked like it was another wild scramble in front.
Goal scorer for Mars. Number 33.
Here it is, Nick Simone.
And that is a big one there, because once you see that first goal go up on the board, that momentum can certainly carry over, and Simone is very excited. He's all sorts of pumped up right now.
So that one came off a throw-in, and Simone found that ball. And that was another one there where he just kind of turned and had the net behind him. Simone, just when we were praising the South Fayette defense, was able to get behind the Lions there. And that wasn't really a shot. He just found that loose ball and just kind of pushed it into the net and got it behind the Lions and goalkeeper Corey Supan to make it 2-1 with 21 minutes and 5 seconds left here in regulation. So that is a huge goal as it cuts the lead in half and gives Mars new life.
Yeah, coming in the 59th minute. We'll see if that carries over or if South Fayette continues its dominance in terms of possession. But we have seen a bit of a run here by Mars over the past 3 or 4 minutes with offensive zone time as the player goes down hard now, being tripped up.
Hard tackle there by the Lions, Nick All, and All will be called for a foul on this one. So a free kick coming up here for the Planets. And they'll have it about 45 yards out here on the near side of the pitch. So Mars has a chance to take advantage of this free kick, and it's going to be the goal scorer, Nick Simone, who's going to take this one. About 50 yards out. Simone going to send this one directly towards the goal. Ball headed up in the air, defended well as Ford was able to get in front of it. Still loose in the box. South Fayette trying to head it out, and we get a whistle and dangerous play called against the Planets as Damajani went up and over the defender on that one.
That was a dangerous play, but it was almost a dangerous chance there if you're the defense of the Lions for Mars, as that one, if not for a good job of one of the defenders heading it high into the air. That could have gotten all the way through. Backdoor for the Fighting Plants to try to tap that one in for the equalizer.
That was Mitch Ford who got that header there to send that one up in the air, and the defense of the Lions stands up. So we're under 20 minutes now, 19:45 left here in the second half. 2-1, South Fayette in the lead. Goals by Jordan Smith and Matt Thomas for the Lions. Last goal scored by Nick Simony for the Mars Planets as they try to come back. Nice slot on the far side of the field. Well done over there by the Lions, Christian Deedy. Through midfield it comes again, the Planets trying to chip it through the circle, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Looking for an out. There's Dominjani. Tries to go to the left side. South Fayette takes it away. Ball over the far sideline. And the throw-in belongs to the Planets. From right at the midfield stripe, as we're going to get a substitution here for Mars. Spencer Nath is back in. Simony, the goal scorer, that is, going to get himself a break. Throw in now. Deep into the South Fayette zone, unable to keep it in are the Planets, so South Fayette will throw in. Under 19 minutes now left here. 18:50, rolling second half clock, 2-1, Lions in the lead. Foul called here against the Planets. South Fayette will get the free kick.
For those who might be new listeners to soccer, it's 2 40-minute halves at the high school level, and they do not have the extra time at the end. So when the clock hits 0, that is the end of regulation.
Yeah, changes made here in the rules over the last couple of years, changes with overtime as well. Makes it a lot easier on the broadcasting side. Probably a lot easier for the fans to understand that as well. All finds the loose ball off the free kick. Little chip pass there trying to come back to All, and it's defended well. On the play by the Planets, Samakis now double teamed, able to find an outlet. Samakis dribbles it to the left side as he has a give and go there with Riddle. Samakis moves it up through midfield. Here come the Planets. Opportunity there, trying to get around a man. Pocket picked as Nath marked well on the play by Zach Ali. Mars trying to set it up, trying to get that turning shot there. Ferguson couldn't turn around. South Fayette plays it back into the Planet zone. 17:40 left here in half number 2. 2-1, Lions in the lead. Chipped ahead here by the Planets. Ferguson heading it down. Ball taken back by the Lions, played towards midfield where it's cut off by Riddle. Riddle through the circle, Riddle into the South Fayette zone. He's going to left-footed pass to the left wing side. Diefenbacher trying to find someone. I'm sorry, not Diefenbacher, but McMahon on that one. Unable to find a way through midfield as South Fayette cuts it off again. Well defended on the play by Ali again. And now South Fayette regains possession at midfield. Come the Lions with maybe a little bit of a run of their own. Drop pass. All finds it. Fakes the left-footed shot. Now he's going to pass instead. Puts it into the box. And it's blocked down there by the Mars defense. All steals again. Comes a chance for Nick All. All going to drag the ball now to the right side. All drops it back. An opportunity perhaps here for Ali. Ali, a long shot coming in. It bounces to the net. And the stop made as Dale Glavin makes the save. Third South Fayette shot of the half.
Glavin able to come up with that one that skipped in on him, but it really was all created that chance by a turnover by the Mars defense as they get it right back to All, as he had pretty much started to retreat back into his own territory and turned around and found the ball right at his feet and then was able to keep it alive and ultimately allow his team to get another shot on goal.
There's a chance down the right side now for the Lions, driving to the box and defended well again by the Planets. The referee's telling him, get up, play on. Stop looking for a call, keep playing. And it's been consistently done that way, but South Fayette comes away with it. Cross pitch pass goes off the defender and goes just wide. That one was put in front. Opportunity coming down the far side there by Ruth Vic Ponda, and he tried to put that in front. It goes off the defender. It's going to be a corner kick for South Fayette, the Lions' 4th corner kick of this half and 8th of the evening. So come from the near side of the pitch. Back into the game for South Fayette is Matt Silla, who's handled the corner kick duties. He's not going to do this one, though. All is going to be the man who comes here to the near side and will take this corner kick to the right of the Mars goal. All comes in. Waiting for the official to let him go, and now All going to just roll a low pass into the box, cut off, well defended on the play, but All going to find it off the defended plays. That ball came off of Riddle. Riddle after All over the end line, and this will stay with South Fayette. No, it won't. I'm going to say it's a goal kick for the Planets.
That looked like it could have been another corner kick for the Lions, but instead it goes in favor of South Fayette as 2 new Planets check into the contest.
Simony and Carter Back into the game for the Planets. Back through midfield. Planets down by a goal. We're just under 15 minutes left here in regulation. 14:50 left here in this second half. South Fayette with 2 goals in the first 7 minutes of this half to take a 2-0 lead. But with 21:36 left, Nick Simony for the Planets cut the lead in half, and that's where we stand now.
In the game for South Fayette, number 1, Primo Parachetti.
Primo Parachetti back into it. Ponda will come out. Set up a good scoring chance on that last opportunity. Throwing belongs to the Lions. They'll throw it in from 20 yards out on the far side. South Fayette trying to push it into the box. It goes off the back of the defender, Matt McMahon, who blocks it. We'll do the throwing over again, this time from 5 yards closer. Lions going to throw this one back. Ball slowed down there by Dede. Dede watches it go off of the Planets defender, and he'll throw in again. Backing it up to about the original spot, 20, maybe 20, backing up to 25 yards out now on the far side. Throw in here for the Lions. Ball knocked down there by Lutz. Lutz tries a give and go, but it's stolen away. Nice job by Caleb Brake of the Planets to break that up and give Mars an opportunity to bring it out. 13.5 left here now in the second half. Planets trailing by a goal. Long throw in down the left side. Simony going to find it. Simony trying to battle there and find somewhere to go with it. Simony looks it over, going to drive it back out of the box now. Simony going to try to drop this one back. Long shot coming and diving out to make the stop and hold on to it there is Suppan on a great chance for Simony. He shot that one and tried to fool the keeper. We thought he was going to blast it there, Sean, but he kind of put it on the ground instead, looking to go to the near post, and Suppan makes the save.
Yeah, Suppan comes lunging across. That's another one that might have just missed. It was so close that the goalie did not want to risk it, so Suppan came out. And as you mentioned, he did a good job of not being fooled after a bit of a changeup off of the foot of Simony.
Here comes South Fayette back with it now. Opportunity. Matt Thomas. Thomas, who has the go-ahead goal right now, tries to put it in front, comes back to him. Thomas just outside the box, going to shoot this one. It goes off the chest of his teammate and over the end line. They're going to say that was actually touched by a Planet. So a corner kick coming up here for South Fayette, the Lions' 5th of this second half. This one will be from the far side of the pitch to the left of the Planets and goaltender Dale Glavin.
Nice job there by Thomas, working 1-on-2, was able to work the give and go. Got a shot off, it was blocked, but as you mentioned, Matt, this is going to lead to a corner kick. South Fayette, even if they can't get a goal here, the Lions need to try to get some offensive zone time to take the pressure off, as since that first goal for Mars, the Fighting Planets have had much better of the play here.
All with the corner kick, plays it into the box. Simony there, able to head it out. Long shot back, big stop made by Glavin. On that offering back to the net, Dede found that ball and fired it on from 20 yards, and a diving stop made.
McMahon actually headed away before it made it to Glavin.
So big play there by the defense, and now the Planets trying to turn it on to offense. Diefenbacher dropping it over to the left side, looking to go to Simakis. Ball coming back here across now, punched out. Good job by the goaltender. Chested down, though, by Riddle, as Suppan knocked that one down. South Fayette plays it back through midfield, so a chance that actually never got through on that opportunity there for the Lions. I thought the goaltender made the stop, but a well-defended play by Mars, and that was a chance there where Dede really got a good shot off, too.
Looked like that could have been a handball against South Fayette.
Well, here comes Ferguson, gets around a man. Ferguson puts it in front, looking for Diefenbacher, and his redirect misses. Golden opportunity there from Cole Ferguson. A great pass in front, and Diefenbacher tried to take it high, and he puts it up and over the net. Great chance for the Planets, but nothing to show.
Again, Ferguson making something happen, and Diefenbacher just missed, and he's frustrated. He realized that was a golden chance to tie this one up with just over 10 minutes left in regulation, and much like we saw South Fayette do back in the first half, the Fighting Planets just high on their attempt from point blank.
Bouncing ball comes across midfield here. Slowed down by the Planets here on the near sideline. Riddle drives it across midfield. Steal there by the Lions, but it's taken right back. And then over the near sideline, it's going to be kept in. Nice job there by Diefenbacher. Diefenbacher going to move the ball ahead to Corey Ferguson. Ferguson going to drop this one back. Simony goes to the left side to Cole Ferguson. Cole Ferguson tries to split 2 defenders. Ferguson still with the ball, going to pass it over as Simony runs on, but the pass going to go out over the far sideline, and the throw will belong to the Lions with 10 minutes exactly left here in the second half, and South Fayette still leading by the score of 2-1.
And they're sending that second defender, or the Lions, towards Cole Ferguson. That time he tried to find his cutting teammate, but ultimately just not able to connect on that pass to Simony. It goes out of play.
Ball going to roll all the way into the South Fayette goal box, where it's taken there by goaltender Corey Supan, and he'll hold on to this one. Get ready to kick it out. So the Planets, they have been the cardiac kids of these 2015 playoffs, definitely putting some strain on their fans. Going to shootouts in the opening round, coming back from a 3-0 deficit to win in overtime in the quarterfinals. Planets faithful, hoping they have one more of those comebacks left in them here this afternoon, as we have 9:15 left in regulation, and South Fayette on top by the score of 2-1. 2015 WPIAL Boys AA Soccer Championships and all of today's championship games here on the MSA Sports Network, brought to you by ProGrass. ProGrass First and Turf, alongside Sean Myers, Matt Vandriek with you here from Highmark Stadium as Mars takes the goal kick.
Appreciate Chris Lackner doing his work filming this contest as well. He and Jess Levo have been manning the cameras all throughout this championship Saturday at Highmark Stadium.
Hopefully the video does justice of what it's like to actually watch the game here at Highmark Stadium, because this is just a fantastic setting. Mars plays it back into the South Fayette zone. Bouncing ball comes to the near side. Little shoulder bump there, and we're going to get a whistle. Official going to call the push. As Samakis trying to push Paraschetti off the ball, and he did, but the referee saw it, and it's going to be free kick for the Lions. 8:20, the clock rolling here in the second half.
And what you just said there, the clock rolling, that's so important for South Fayette. Every time there is a ball that goes out of play or a whistle, the clock continues, so that works in favor of the Lions.
Lions headed back into the Planets goal area, no problem there. Glavin will come out, take it away, and quickly left foot this punt all the way through the circle. It's going to bounce into the South Fayette zone. Ball bounced around, Lions come away with it. Dede moves it up the right side. Zach Ollie sends it through midfield. Ball chipped here to the left side. Paraschetti has some room as he drives down the left wing. Paraschetti trying to get around Riddle. Paraschetti challenged by Riddle. Riddle goes down, and Riddle plays the ball over the sideline. Quick throw incoming. Paraschetti throwing this one in. Looking over the opportunity. Here's Alley. Alley tries to put the pass into the box, looking there for all, but it's taken away by the Planets. Played back through midfield, headed down by Jeremy Zura. And it gets away. Here's a chance for Cole Ferguson. Ferguson gets around the defenders. He falls down. Ferguson down the left side. Ferguson near the box, brings it in. Ferguson puts it in front. Redirect try broken up. Well defended on the play there by South Fayette. Ball going to come out here over the near sideline into the crowd, and the throw-in's going to belong to the Lions. As Caleb Brake tried to redirect that opportunity. So we get the right player here, and that was Zura, I believe, or was it? Yeah, it was Zura who broke that up. Good job there by Zura on the defense for South Fayette. Back towards midfield, ball rolls. Jordan Smith. Nice effort there. Simony to keep it in. Plays it back into the Planet zone, though. And Auld almost took it away. Going to play it back to the goal there is defender Lucas Mowry for Mars. And Glavin sends it up the near sideline here. Out it goes, and that one's going to leave a mark.
Goes into the crowd. And keep in mind, though, that keeps the clock rolling for South Fayette. That's not a horrible strategy for the Lions. They can run an extra 30 or 45 seconds off the clock just by kicking out of play and forcing those throw-ins for Mars. As long as it's not deep in South Fayette territory, I don't think the Lions will mind doing that too much.
I think the fan who got hit with the ball did mind it, because that one was a stinger. Auld gets the pass up the right side. He finds on the box. Right foot shot. Save made. As Glavin slides to his left and makes the stop on a good opportunity there for Auld.
And there's a player that is hurt for South Fayette and has been down for 15 or 20 seconds. They let the play roll as the Lions had the offensive chance. Now they will stop the time for this.
Yeah, we will have a stop with 5:57 left here in this second half. 2-1. South Fayette in the lead. Goals coming in the 45th minute from Jordan Smith. And then coming in the 52nd minute by Matt Thomas before Nick Simony for Mars would cut the lead in half. Simony's goals coming in the 59th minute.
Looks like that player's now back up, so that's a good sign for the Lions.
Didn't see what it was shown. They got shaken up there.
And it's one of those things that's at the discretion of the officials of when they want to blow that. And usually if the injured player's team has possession, they'll kind of let it roll for a little bit unless it's very, very serious. And South Fayette did get a good chance off. Glavin had to make a strong save on the short side effort, but once they started to come back towards midfield, the officials blew that down. Just under 6 minutes left. Looks like it could be maybe a facial injury, a nose injury or something.
Favoring the face there for South Fayette is Zach Lutz. And we get back to action now. Ball bounced through midfield. Lions going to find it. And here comes South Fayette's Jordan Smith. Smith getting the first goal and then setting up what would be the game-winning goal right now by Matt Thomas. Ball stolen. Smith going to drive to his right. Smith trying to ball handle. Nice job by Riddle to take it away. Riddle colliding with the South Fayette player. Planet's going to find it at midfield. Loose ball kept in. Good job by South Fayette, but Riddle gets it back. Garrett Riddle driving this one ahead. Header opportunity on the right side. Ferguson going to try to find it. Mitch Ford takes it instead. And Ford going to play this one into the crowd. And the throw-in coming quickly here for the Planets. Throw it in from about 20 yards out, 25 yards out here on the near side of the pitch as we're down to 5:09 left in regulation.
Fans getting to their feet now for the Fighting Planets on this opportunity.
2-1 the score in favor of South Fayette. Throwing into the box, loose ball, trying to turn it over, but unable to get the shot off there from Mars was Diefenbacher. Good chance off the throw, comes out here over the sideline again, and it'll stay with the Planets.
That takes some serious strength to get that throw all the way near the goal like that, and we have another one here from Mars.
Trying the bicycle kick up and over for no reason, headed back towards the net. Where's the net? It's in! The Planets get the equalizer! And I think Diefenbacher might have touched it last. It was either Diefenbacher or Samakis. But Mars battles back and ties the game with 4:36 left. The Planets knotted up at 2.
And what a comeback this has been, as the first throw-in was a good one. The second one even better for the Fighting Planets. The fans could sense it. As we mentioned, they were getting to their feet prior to that first throw-in. And what a comeback once again from the Fighting Planets. Less than 5 minutes left, and we are back even. And we have an injured player down as well.
We'll wait for the official announcement on the goal, as it's an injured Mars player who is shaken up. The Planets battling back to tie this game with 4:36 left here in the second half. Don't forget to tune in for This Week in the WPIAL on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. Join us as we visit with some of the top WPIAL high school football coaches. Plus, we'll preview the quarterfinals of the 2K15 WPIAL football playoffs. That's This Week in the WPIAL, Wednesday nights at 7 here on the MSA Sports Network. And if you're here today, we want to see your game day smiles. On our website, go to the Gamer broadcast page for the game you're at. Select the Add a Photo option in the upper right-hand corner of the screen and browse to add the photo that you want to upload. Your photo may then appear as one of our spotlight photos on our homepage, or you can tag your Instagram photos with @MSA Sports.
Nicky from Mars, number 33, Nick Simony.
Simony back in. Still have yet to get an official announcement. I'm pretty sure that it was Diefenbacher, but it was either Diefenbacher or Samakis. They were the two Planets nearest the ball. So we'll wait for the official announcement here.
Comes in the 76th minute.
Off the throw-in. 2 goals off of throw-ins for the Planets to tie this one up. Now this one's going to come all the way back. Diefenbacher going to give it a run. As a matter of fact, looking at Diefenbacher's cleats being the green, I'm pretty sure that it was 28, Samakis, who's going to get that goal. South Fayette now got a whistle here. It's going to go against the Planets.
Free kick for South Fayette.
Lions get the free kick. And it's going to be handled by the Lions. Jeremy Zura. Free kick coming. 55 yards out here on the near side. Just across the midfield line in the Planet zone. Zura left foots it down, trying to get a header there, South Fayette. Loose ball in the box, and it's cleared out. Well defended by Mars and Lucas Mowry, who's been a strong defender for the Planets this afternoon. Down to 3:05 now left in this second half. Here's an opportunity. As back into the game is Jordan Smith. Smith going to throw it in here quickly for the Lions. Throws this one directly in to where Alley handles it. Alley tries to push it into the box, but it's taken away by the Planets, and they'll bring it back out. Comes Diefenbacher. Down the left side, Diefenbacher trying to make that pass to Ferguson. Ferguson finds it, rolls it to the net, and Suppan will have none of it as rolled to the net there by Cole Ferguson with Corey Ferguson bearing down. Suppan able to keep it out.
But the pitch has been really slanted in favor of the Fighting Planets all the way back from that first goal, coming with more than 20 minutes left in this second half. Mars has had the better of the play that time. Cole Ferguson nearly got a golden opportunity. Couldn't get much behind that because he was defended well. Is that Ferguson that's down?
I think you might be right. It might be one of the Fergusons that are down. The training staff will head out. We have a stoppage in play here with 2:28 left here in the second half. 2-2 the score. No scoring in the opening half. Jordan Smith for South Fayette got the scoring started, scoring in the 45th minute. Off a pass from Nick All to make it 1-0. And then 7 minutes and 21 seconds later, Matt Thomas off a nice feed from redirected the ball through the legs of goaltender Dale Glavin for the Planets. And the Lions had a 2-0 lead. 59th minute, though, was Nick Simony off a throw in to cut the lead in half at 2-1. And then exactly 17 minutes later, the Planets tied the game up after another throw in. And we believe the goal scorer for Mars was Justin Samakis. You have to get an official word on that goal.
Which means the officials probably don't have much of an idea. Now that injured player back up for the Fighting Planets, which is a good sign. It does look like it is. I think that's Cole Ferguson.
It's 13, yes. So that is and that would Cole Ferguson.
Be a major, major loss if he has to come out. We mentioned he's been by far one of the most dangerous players in this contest and had a pretty good opportunity not more than 2 minutes ago, working down that far sideline.
South Fayette will get the free kick. As we get back to play here, just under 2.5 minutes left. 2:28 left in regulation. 2-2 the score. South Fayette and Mars. Bouncing ball headed around in the Planet zone, trying to turn and get the kick there for the Lions was Smith, but he's double teamed on the play. Able to find the ball and drop it back to midfield. Losing it on the steal. That's Ferguson. It's Corey Ferguson who steals it. He's going to drive all the way across the pitch from right to left. Into the zone. Ferguson going to throw it towards the net. Nice job there by Ford again. As he did the header, or he got the header there, or he's attempting to do the worm.
Worked either way.
He's great at weddings, I hear. Ball fed back into the zone. Header opportunity there as Primo Paraschetti was trying to find the on-rushing Zach Lutz. And for naught, well defended again by Mars. And tell you what, Lucas Mowry, even though he was in there, Sean, where that ball went off of him and then off of the South Fayette player for that first goal, he's been strong in his own zone so far tonight.
He has, and a much improved defensive effort by the entire Mars squad here over these final 20-plus minutes of regulation. Keep in mind, really, that that second goal, I mean, it was somewhat of a defensive breakdown, but it was more on Glavin than this defense for Mars, although to his credit, Glavin has made a few nice saves since that second one went in.
Through midfield, South Fayette coming away with it. Paraschetti gets knocked down, but the Lions still maintain possession. Into the zone. Opportunity here. It's going to be Matt Thomas. Thomas looks it over, has his pocket picked. Nice steal on the play, and then a spinning effort there to get to the zone by the Planets' Caleb Brake. And we get a whistle, and it's going to go against the Planets. And this is going to be a free kick for South Fayette with 60 seconds left.
Free kick for South Fayette.
And from a good spot on the field for the Lions, this one's not far outside the larger of the two boxes.
This one's coming from about 20 yards out, and the Mars faithful in front of us are definitely making their opinions felt. And now the official going to move it back a few yards, so about 23 yards out it's going to come. Paraschetti going to take it. Sorry, Thomas going to take it.
See if he goes directly for the goal as this clock continues to run here.
Jordan Smith steps in, going to try to bend it in front. Loose ball headed out by the Planets defense. Bouncing in front, opportunity. Comes back to Smith. Smith gets around the first defender. Left foot's a floating ball back towards the net. Glavin goes up and hauls it in.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Looks like that's going to do it for regulation as Glavin will just hold on to it and kick it away as the final seconds tick off.
Well, the theme of today has been extra time, and for the third time in 4 games, we're heading to OT. Mars, South Fayette tied at 2 after regulation. We'll be back with overtime. You're listening to the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Championships, brought to you by Progress, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
Hi, this is Don Rebel inviting you to log on each Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for This Week in the WPIAL, only here on the MSA Sports Network. Join me along with other MSA Sports members each week as we talk to head coaches around District 7, plus run down all the high school football action and preview the top games for the upcoming weekend. That's This Week in the WPIAL, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, only here on the MSA Sports Network. While the WPIAL postseason field gets cut in half tonight from 64 to 32 teams, we look ahead to next Friday in round 2 when the Highway to Hines continues on MSA. Join us for exclusive coverage of all 16 high school games on quarterfinals Friday in the WPIAL football playoffs, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
And it is the final countdown as we head into overtime here at Highmark Stadium. 2-2 the score, South Fayette and Mars. You're listening to the 2015 WPIAL Class AA Boys Championship match brought to you by Progress here on the MSA Sports Network. Sean, you want to read the rights or hear the guitar solo?
I kind of want to do both, but I'll read the rights.
Then play some air guitar while you do it.
This game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the MSA Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL and the MSA Sports Network is strictly prohibited. And I did it again. I should have said match. I said game because it was written that way. I'm now hated by all soccer enthusiasts for calling it a game.
I think they're okay with it. So here we go. Overtime underway. As Sean had mentioned, we have two 15-minute overtime periods. First team to score wins. Sudden victory the way that it works here. Right to left, the Planets move to start this overtime, and goals were scored 2 by each team in that second half. Big collision there.
Looks like it's going to go against the Fighting Planets. It'll be South Fayette. Free kick deep in Lions territory.
So, South Fayette with the penalty kick, left to right. The Lions will handle it. Dede going to send this one on. Ball headed towards the net. Glavin going to come out with all charging him. And all sidesteps the keeper as Dale Glavin. A nice job to cut it off.
By the way, Matt, I did want to mention, talk to someone on press row. They thought that Simony got that second goal. Now, I trust your eyes. I know at this point never to doubt you, but...
Oh, you can doubt my eyes. They're, I think I'm due for some new contacts. But there was a lot of bodies around there, Sean. I mean, if anybody, did have the official goal, I mean, Simony could have gotten it. There were several players in there. 28 and 27 were both battling in there, too, for the Planets. So if it's been officially awarded to Simony, then he has 2 tonight, and I'm fine with that. Ball fed back towards the net, and he may very well be right because I thought that I saw Diefenbacher down there, but when I saw Diefenbacher running away, he had the bright green cleats on, and nobody with green cleats was in the celebration area, so we'll go with it. We'll go with Simony getting that second goal. If they're willing to put it in print, we're willing to say it over the air.
Well, at this point, the only thing that the Fighting Planets care about is the ball went in the net late, and they were back in this game with second life, trying to once again have a dramatic, thrilling comeback.
Ball out here over the near sideline. Thrown will belong to the Lions. This one not quite a corner kick, but coming about 15 yards out here. About 17 now here on the near side. 12:40 left here in this first overtime period. 2-2 the score. South Fayette got out to a 2-0 lead on second half goals from Jordan Smith and Matt Thomas. Mars got two back from Nick Simony.
Good chance there for the Lions. It's missed by about 2 feet on the short side of the goal there.
Goal kick for Mars. Ball's knocked down. Trying to find room. It's going to be All. All drops it back. Looking for Smith. Smith back to All. And the left-footed shot try there. For not over the end line on the goal kick. Staying with the Planets here. Under 12 minutes now, 11:55 left here in overtime number 1. Again, looking good, Sean.
South Fayette has already tried 2 shots in the first 3 minutes of this overtime period, but unfortunately the Lions haven't been able to get either on the cage.
Talking about overtime again, 2 15-minute halves should we need them. First goal in overtime will be the winner, and if it's not decided after 2 15-minute halves, we will go to the shootout, the penalty kicks. 5 shooters for each team, and if no decision after that, we'll go 1 for 1 until we decide a champion. Here comes Jordan Smith. Smith going to drop the ball back. Lutz drives in. Lutz tries to go back to Smith. Ball blocked. All battling there against Caleb Brake. Brake plays it back through midfield. That's where Diefenbacher finds it. Diefenbacher up the right side to Ferguson. An opportunity here. Corey Ferguson going to roll it all the way in to the South Fayette goal. And no problem there for Supan as he comes out and takes it away. See, both teams, Sean, they want to take that opportunity. They want to get that offensive chance, but they don't want to have a mistake either. So teams are both a little bit, say, hesitant right now to press a little bit in this OT. South Fayette, as I say, that comes back the other way. All finds a loose ball, chipping it towards the net. Dale Glavin will have none of that as he comes out and left foots this one all the way back in to the South Fayette zone.
I think All actually was trying to give himself a pass that time, but just kicked it a bit too far ahead, and Glavin was quick to come out and scoop it up.
Loose ball stolen at midfield. Dominjani brings it here to the near side. Cole Ferguson chested down. Ferguson gets around the first man. Ferguson left foot's in the front looking for Diefenbacher. Loose ball. Diefenbacher tries to find it, and it's played back to midfield. Simony has it. Simony, a long blast coming. Save made and held on to by Supan as Simony let that one rip from 45.
And that was not an easy save for Supan as he was able to come up with it. And he had to corral the rebound because there was a Fighting Planet bearing right down on him.
Yeah, Dominjani was headed towards the net. Back the other way. Paraschetti trying to give this one a run. Over the end line, goal kick will belong to the Planets. Checking in for Mars.
In for Mars, number 30.
See DJ Carter, that is.
13, Matt Thomas.
And Matt Thomas back in for the Lions. 9:40 left here in overtime number 1. 2-2 the score. Lions had a 2-0 lead after a scoreless opening half. They scored twice in the first 12 minutes of the second frame, but then twice in the last 21 minutes. Did Mars get a pair of goals from Nick Simony? Simony finds that ball in the circle, heads it into the South Fayette zone. Lions bring it back and counter. All trying to get on the right side, looking to make this passer to Matt Thomas. Thomas has found the goal tonight. Trying to find another one. Bouncing ball back through midfield. Lions going to stay with it, knocked down on the play. And we're going to have a throw in belonging to the Planets. Trying to find it there is Matt Thomas. Riddle marked him and stayed with him there. Comes the throw in. TJ Carter throws it in. Diefenbacher trying to find it, battling there. Diefenbacher knocks 4 down, and I believe he's going to be called for the push on that one.
Yeah, that was pretty apparent. Looked like he was grabbing a bit of the jersey as well, so easy call for the officials to make against Diefenbacher. Mike Harmon, George Williams, Lou Talib, the three officials for this one, working some extra.
Joining us for the OT, Thomas chips it back into the Mars zone. Ball going to be played out over the sideline, thrown to belong to the Lions, and it's thrown in quickly as All throws that one into Smith. Smith back to All on the right side. All puts it across the goal box. Loose ball in front, trying to settle it down. Shot back towards the net and just missing with a great chance in front.
Goal kick for the Fighting
South Fayette.
Into the game for Mars, number 15.
Third shot attempt of this first overtime for the Lions. Have not been able to get any on goal. That one was definitely the best opportunity, however.
And Matt Thomas with his hands on his head because he couldn't quite turn that one around, but a golden opportunity there for South Fayette. Back through midfield it comes. Mars in possession of the ball now. Continuing to try to bring it through. Steele, long shot, goal!
What a shot, Matt. No chance for Glavin on that one as the Lions get the golden goal about halfway through this first overtime, and the Planets are absolutely stunned.
That ball came from 60 yards out, and South Fayette gets the win by the score of 3-2. Primo Paraschetti.
AA boys champions, South Fayette Lions.
Primo Paraschetti does get the goal.
Now they're saying Jordan Smith. Jordan Smith, number
Smith
11.
So Jordan Smith gets his second goal from 60 yards out, the game winner, with 7:25 left. 7:25 left. Jordan Smith gets it. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back with your post-game recap. South Fayette, the AA champions, they win by the score of 3-2 over Mars in overtime. You're listening to the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Championships, brought to you by Progress, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf. For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net.
Back here at Highmark Stadium when we're wrapping up the victory by the South Fayette Lions as they defeat Mars by the score of 3-2 in overtime. The Lions are the 2015 WPIAL Boys Soccer Champions. Matt Vandriak and Sean Myers wrapping it up at your Progress First and Turf post-game recap. Sean, what a second half it was. 4 goals in the second half, and then in overtime, South Fayette with an improbable goal, a 60-yard blast by Jordan Smith, his second of the evening, and the Lions are the 2K15 champs.
Just a thrilling soccer match here. You typically don't get this much back and forth. As we mentioned, South Fayette dominated for the most of that first half, nothing to show for it. They got the first 2 tallies here, draw first blood. Then they added on to that. A 2-goal lead looked almost insurmountable at that point because Mars could not generate any offense. And then a furious comeback from the Fighting Planets. We've seen it so many times throughout this playoff run. They get the goal in the final 5 minutes to force this overtime. But what a blast from Jordan Smith from distance. Absolutely no chance for the goaltender, Dale Glavin. And you could tell the deflated look on his face and the rest of the Fighting Planets as they were laying down on the turf, just exhausted and just totally spent. And I'm sure a lot of disappointment on the other end, just enthusiasm and unbelievable excitement for the Lions as they get a terrific performance from Jordan Smith. We believe he has 2 of their 3 goals, including the golden goal to win it.
Yeah, big victory there for South Fayette. And the Lions, in their third opportunity at a WPIL championship, they clinch it with a 3-2 overtime victory. And we'll recap the scoring for you just like this. It started with Jordan Smith striking in the 14th minute. I'm sorry, in the 40. I'm not trying to do the math backwards here.
45th.
You want to do the recap?
Yeah, Smith gets the goal in the 45th minute. That makes it 1-0 in favor of South Fayette. Then Matt Thomas in minute number 52 from Jordan Smith. He makes it 2-0 in South Fayette's favor. And then Mars, a furious comeback bid. 2 from Simony as he gets the first one in the 59th minute on a throw-in. The second one with just 4:36 remaining, 76 minutes. Simony gets his second to deadlock at 2 goals apiece. We head to overtime, and the golden goal for Jordan Smith, his second of the match in minute number 88, 7:25 left in that opening 15-minute overtime period. Smith gets it. 3-2 the victory for the Lions.
Stats look like this. South Fayette finishes the night up with 9 shots, 3 in the first half, 5 in the second, and just 1 shot in overtime. Mars finishing up with 7 shots, 2 in the first half, 4 in the second, and 1 in OT. Scoring chances, South Fayette 24 chances, 11 in the first half, 10 in the second, and 3 in overtime. Mars finishing with 14, 5 in the opening half, 9 in the second half. 15, 5 in the first half, 9 in the second half, and 1 in the extra frame. 15 chances for the Planets. Corner kicks, 9 for South Fayette, 4 in the opening half, 5 in the second, and 3 for the Planets. All of those coming in the opening half. So congratulations to the South Fayette Lions, their third appearance in the WPIAL Championship, and they are the champions. Cue up the Freddie Mercury because they are the champions, my friend. Final score here from Highmark Stadium. The South Fayette Lions, your 2015 Boys Class AA champions by virtue of a 3-2 overtime victory off the foot of Jordan Smith. The Lions outlast the Planets here this afternoon. For Sean Myers, Matt Vandriak, hope you enjoyed listening to it and watching it as much as we did bring it to you. Fantastic game here from Highmark Stadium. Your final again, South Fayette winning the Class AA championship by virtue of a 3-2 overtime victory over Mars. You've been listening to the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Championships, brought to you by Progress, only here on the MSA Sports Network. Good night, everyone.
You have been listening to exclusive coverage of the 2015 WPIAL Soccer Playoffs at MSASports.net, sponsored in part by Progress, by Carlow University, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Dunkin' Donuts, by Grove City College, by Dollar Bank, by Erie Insurance and the Charles M. Mills Insurance Agency, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow the WPIAL Soccer Playoffs by logging on every day to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.